Welcome to Smart Cherry's Thoughts. This is Sai from India.
Oh, hi, Sai. How are you?
I'm great, sir. How are you?
I'm great. So my name is Blake Acton. I was approached by Sai to do an interview with regards to uh, talking about my life and what I've done in my life and how to help people. And I was on the Toronto Police Service for 30 years, and throughout my career, I have, as many police officers know, in the world that we live in, you see both good and bad in people, and it's a very rewarding career policing. Throughout the world, there's so many different police forces, and we are all taught in different ways of policing and protecting the public. And the Toronto police, they have such a wonderful system and training in order to train the officers to interact with people from all walks of life. Toronto is such a multicultural city. We have people coming in from all over the world, and they speak all different kinds of languages. And officers are employed from uh, from all over the world as well. People come from all over, and they want to be a police officer in Toronto. And you can see in our city, the police officers. They speak many different languages. They come from all walks of life, and they're of all ages. And I spent 30 years on the Toronto Police Service. I was in the courts, so throughout the court system, and right through until on the beat, walking the beat downtown Toronto. So I've seen all the good things and bad things in policing in Toronto. And one thing it's taught me is that we have to be kind to each other. There is, in life, we're always taught from a very early age that, you're born into this world, and you study, you go to school, and then one day you will make money, and it's depends where in the world you are from or where you're grown up, but in the North America, if you would, everything is very materialistic. So you have to make money in order to survive. But there comes a point where making money and living a certain lifestyle can eat up your life, and you won't really see the true meaning of life. And you know, I'm 55, and the best thing I've ever done in my entire life was adopt my two sons, and they they've lost their parents, and they had no future ahead of them. And it was such a rewarding thing to do, to help somebody else in this world to have a better life. And there's a lot of people out there that are probably listening that they may be lonely. They may be very wealthy. I say go out and make a difference in this world, because, you know, we we're only on this planet for so long, and we have to treat each other with respect. We have enough wars going on in the world. We have to create peace, and I think that's important. That this new generation, I think they see it a bit better than the old generation. That people want to be treated with respect. It doesn't matter what color you are, how wealthy you are, or how not wealthy you are, what position you hold. People, humans, deserve to be treated equally. And I think that's what I really stress to my two sons. And throughout the policing career, I like I say, I've seen people from all walks of life, and it's important to treat people the same.
And tell me about you adopting your sons.
Well, They, as I said, it was a very unfortunate circumstance, but their parents are not around anymore, and they needed another. They needed a chance in life because it's easy to just have a child and to do the deed of having a child, but it's after the moment of creating a child is looking after a child. And there are plenty of people all throughout the world that have no parents and they need guidance. And if they're young and they don't have guidance, they can go down a wrong road in life. And that's perhaps maybe why we have a lot of crime and a lot of violence in our world, is because the kids today, a lot of them may not be growing up with parents with values that they can pass on to their children. And it's important that we teach children at an early age to respect human life and to respect each other and to create a happy world for others. And so I'll show you a picture. I've got my two sons here, and they are now they're 20, and it was at 11. So they are so happy. There's nothing more rewarding when they go to bed and they say, "Thank you so much, love you so much, Dad, for adopting us." So to me, that is extremely rewarding, and I think if there's anything I can pass on to others that are listening to this video, is to try to reach out and help someone that wasn't given the opportunities that you were given, and make a change in this world, because our lives are so short that we have to make an impact on others in this world. And that's what I would say.
So you have done a lot of social service in your career as in your profession, working in diverse city. Like you said, there are different kinds of people who lives in Toronto, and in your experience, I'm sure, and like you said, you have seen bad and good. So how that experience, like eventually, what this experience, 30 years of experience, is telling you to tell the world?
Well, give people a chance. Don't judge people by where they come from, what color they are, what language they speak. Give everybody an opportunity to express themselves and to get to know them, because life, sometimes we just stick in the same circles, and we tend to not go outside the circle. Explore and find out how other people, where they've come from and how they've lived, and educate yourself along the way. And that's what I do now with my boys. We try to travel as much as possible and get them to see the world, and that's important. So policing is very important, because there's so many officers that are reaching out, and we're very, very fortunate. Toronto is a world-class police force, right from the top up. So, I must commend our police force, and I'm hoping there's other officers that are listening from other areas of the world, other parts of the country, that, you know, Toronto police officers are so highly trained, and today, especially with areas from mental health, we have to understand where it's all coming from. So we have an excellent college that teaches the police officers how to understand and deal with people in crisis. And there's people in crisis all over the world. So, if you're in a police department right now and you would like more information, don't hesitate. Call our Toronto Police main number, and I'm sure they'd be more than happy to talk to you about some of their training and on how they can help you deal with people with mental health issues and crisis.
Like you said, parenting is a major factor for anybody to develop their mindset or their thinking. So, apart from this, what you have understood, seeing good and bad in the society, what is making people to think in a negative way, which is creating that disturbing the positivity in the society?
Well, in Canada, in Toronto, the big talk right now is affordable housing. People are coming from all walks of life, and they want to come to Canada, to Toronto, for a better life. And when you come and you want to provide for your family, a housing, a roof over their head, and food in their stomach, it's very expensive here in our city and in our country. So thank God we do have a well-run government who are supporting newcomers to our country. And it's just it's overwhelming because there's people coming from all walks of life, from with all kinds of they come with a crisis already in hand. So we do have highly trained people in our country to help newcomers come. So it's quite it's I'm in a time in my life now. I'm retired from the Toronto Police Force, and yet I'm seeing so many things move quickly. Technology's moving quickly. Everything's moving quickly right now, and it's wonderful because I see my boys embracing it. And here I am today talking to you in India. So that's incredible.
So, how do you define this change? You have seen the world 30 years back and you're watching the world today with your eyes today. So, if you compare both of these worlds,
Yeah. Yeah, well, it has certainly changed from I mean, I'm 55, so I remember way back when, and um it has changed so much. The technology, the way we talk to people, the way we understand people, and the way we can help people. So, in policing, it was lock them up and throw away the key. And that's not what we do today. We try to understand where these people that have committed crimes, where they went wrong, and we have such an important judicial justice system that has branches to help them, and it's important to help people, not just lock them up and throw away the key. So I've seen so much change over the years, and it's wonderful to see. We're moving in a very positive direction, and being retired, I ran to be the mayor of Toronto because I want to give back to the city. So I didn't win. But anyway, it's all about helping another human being. That's what it's all ultimately about, is helping each other.
so what values that you think that is very important for any society, not just in Canada, for any society which belongs to any part of the world? Those values should be there. Experts like you who worked in a industry for a long time, what your experience can tell them, which will really makes a lot of change in their world.
Well, throughout the world, the one common thing that I think is important, it doesn't matter where you live, what you do, or what family you come from. Honesty is important. You must be honest, and it doesn't matter where you're coming from. You have to be honest, and you have to be giving. And I think that's very important. Doesn't matter what profession you're in. Uh, Honesty is incredibly. I would stress to anybody who's listening: be honest, be reliable, be faithful, and be understanding to your fellow human being.
So your experience is equal to my age. So I'm not even half of your age. So the questions that I have is very small, but definitely I'll try to ask a little more questions in order to get some answers from you. So the best things that you remember as an officer, as a police officer in your career.
The best things are making a change in another human being's life. I think that some of the most rewarding moments in my career was having someone say, "Thank you, officer, for helping me. I really appreciate it. You made an impact in my life." And you go home at night and you think, "I made a change. I made an impact in someone's life." And I think that's very important.
And why do we need a police system in the society?
Well, we need law enforcement in any society in order um, to keep people on the rails. Otherwise, uh, it would be like the Wild West. It would be it might get out of control. So we need law enforcement to enforce rules and laws so that we can all be ultimately treated equally. Without laws equal to everyone, then we'd have a very corrupt society. So I think law enforcement, police officers are a very important part of our society.
The common thing that everybody should have, no matter where they are from.
Is to respect each other, no matter where you come from or what you do. Is to respect who you're speaking with and your fellow human being.
And now you have completed your career as a police officer. So what is next?
Well, I'm going to run politically now. I've decided I enjoyed my 30 years helping people. I'm not done giving up, and I want to help people in our city and make an impact on our country because I think it's just the way I was raised and wanting to help people. So my two sons said, "Dad, you still have so much more to give to help people. You've helped us, and we think you can help others." So I feel good helping people. I feel very good helping people, and that's what I feel like doing. So I'm going to run more in the political side of our country.
So working in a police department and solving problems in a police department is different from working in a political party or political system. So how do you compare yourself being in two different things?
Well, I mean, ultimately, whether you're in policing or you're in the political party, your intentions are to help society and to help humanity. So um, indirectly, it's very similar in that sense. I mean, policing, you're hands on, you're right there at people's best moments or worst moments, and it's I've been involved in some of the most violent crimes, most horrific crimes in Canada, and then I've been at some of the happiest moments in people's lives as well. So policing is and same with politics. I mean, you make a difference in people's lives with the policies that are put in place.
So, what changes? Maybe this is your first interview as a, before becoming a politician or coming into politics. So, what changes, major changes that you have in your mind that you want to change in your country?
Well, I want to help newcomers that are coming into our country feel welcomed and to give them a path, a direction to go in so that you're not just coming to a country where you are confused and frustrated and lost. I want to help create a direction for people, a path, a journey in order to come to our country and to provide individuals with um, with hope, with understanding and hope that there is a better life from where you came from, if you did in fact come from a country that was in ruin. We don't know. It's not always bad. People come from all kinds of for different reasons. They come to Canada for because they fell in love and they want to marry somebody in our country, or it could be for many reasons. But a journey and hope.
There must be a strong reason for you to work in police department for 30 plus years. What is that driving force? What is that thing which is motivating you to wake up in the morning every day and do this?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I think it's important. I just like helping people. I like to make a difference in people's lives. And if I can make a change and an impact and help somebody, another human being, it makes me feel good. And and that's why I enjoyed my 30 years on the Toronto Police Service, was because it didn't matter what position in the force I worked in. I was making a difference in someone's life, and it makes me feel good.
Like you said, you are teaching your sons about how to be disciplined and how to raise themselves for to be better in the society or in the world. So in the same way, there will be a lot of teenagers, or there will be a lot of people who are students and who are educating themselves and who will be watching this and listening to you. What do you think that is mandatory for them to develop themselves and follow these things in order to achieve better things and be a great person and a great human being?
I think my advice to young people, doesn't matter where you live, where you've come from, is don't don't be peer pressured into something that you don't want to do, because peer pressure in our society today is so great. With technology comes quite uh, 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 it comes with disadvantages as well, because there's a lot of people out there that it's unfortunate. You can try to help all you can, but unfortunately you can't help everybody. But I'm strongly suggesting, if there's anybody listening out there that's young, impressionable, and feels that there's no hope, there is hope out there, and they can make a difference in their lives. And I think, don't be peer pressured into doing something, either joining a gang or stealing or assaulting people, or just being around people that are negative. We have to, there's an old saying, birds with a feather flock together. So if you're around people that want to be good and kind and help people, you will also do that. And I tell my sons that all the time. Make sure whoever you're with, you make an impact in their life, and birds with a feather flock together. So don't do anything bad, because, you know, what's the point in doing something bad? We've got enough evil in the world. It's time to shoo away the clouds and let the sun shine in. So that's what I say.
So, what made you to be in the place where you are today? Being an inspiration person, you being a role model for a lot of youngsters. What is your inspiration? Who inspired you, or is there any books, or is there any people that impacted your personal life to be where you are today?
Well, it's funny. It's funny you say that. Just listening to, you're going to laugh. You might, just listening to different influencers on social media. One individual, I have to take my hat off to him. You may have heard of him, Justin Bieber. Have you
Yeah,
heard of Justin Bieber?
yeah.
I listened to his story in life, and he's a very humble young man, and look at the impact he's made on people's lives as well. And so, you just hear stories like that, and then you realize just how lucky you are to be raised in a family that had um, good intentions, because people don't realize you you don't choose where you're being born or how you're born. You could have came from anybody. So I could have been born in India. I could have been born in Russia. It doesn't matter where. Like, I'm very fortunate to live and to be raised by my parents to give me the morals and character that I have today. I'm almost obligated to instill that into my new sons now. And there's nothing more rewarding than seeing people progress in a positive way. That is that makes me want to get up every morning, and when I see my sons smile and I see them laugh and I see them moving forward and I see them excited about uh, creating a life of their own. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I'm sure your mom and dad are quite proud of you for doing what you do. So there you go.
So I'm into sports for a long time. I have that sportive attitude. I played for top level cricket in my city and in my country. So that
Oh,
sportiveness and having that team spirit made me to do whatever I'm doing. And experts like you also inspired me to interview you today like this. So
well, good for you. Sports are very important, and I've also said that to both my they enjoy sports because it's a team activity, and when you get a group of individuals working together to create an outcome, in a positive outcome, to win the game, then that's exciting. That's great. So again, whoever's listening, I don't care how old you are, I don't care where you come from. Believe in yourself, and you can do it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it in life. I had a lot of people tell me I couldn't do things. They said, a lot of people say, "Oh, you'll never be a police officer." When I joined at I think it was 20 years old. Because, "Oh, I don't think, Blake, you'll be a police officer. Oh, you're too a scaredy cat." I not only became a police officer, I became an entrepreneur. I am, not that I don't like to honk my horn, but I'm very successful, both material wise and through my family. And you know what? There was hurdles up, there's some hurdles along the way, but never give up. I say to whoever's listening, never give up and always look forward, because there'll be a lot of people in this world that will want to shoot you down. And don't be shot down. Get back up. Doesn't matter how many times you fail in life. Get back up and move forward. So I think in today's society, young people are very afraid of failing. It's okay to fail. Learn from the failure and move forward. And that's what I tell my son and both of them, and I tell their friends, guys, girls, look, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to talk to people. You know, God gave us a mouth. We have to use it. And as long as you use it wisely, in policing, one of the top instructors told me, "Mr. Acton, do you know what the most powerful tool on your tool belt is?" And a lot of people say, "Oh, it's the gun, or it's the stick, or it's the pepper spray." And they said, "No, it's your mouth. Your mouth is the most powerful tool that you can ever possess, ever." And I use that. I always remember that for my entire career policing. Your mouth is the most powerful tool that you can ever use in life. You don't have to be a police officer to know that. You could be any profession that you do. Always think before you speak and think positive.
it's a great advice, actually.
Yes, yes, because there's always going to be someone bigger. There's always going to be someone taller. There's always going to be someone stronger. But the one thing we all share is a mouth and a language. So whether it be you're speaking English or you're speaking whatever language it is, We all have a mouth and we all have a language. So use that to your advantage, and education will help you spew out even more knowledge. And you know
And
what? I've gone against some of the biggest, toughest guys in my career. I've been in situations where, I thought that was it. I'm gonna die. And you know how I saved myself was my mouth. I talked my way out of it, and I de-escalated the situation. So today we have to teach the young people in any profession, especially policing, to talk, to communicate is so important.
that's an awesome suggestion and advice for anybody. And one thing that I'm curious to know and tell to my audience, uh, which is as a technologist, I work in technology as a software guy. I interviewed a lot of people from Microsoft and Amazon and top technology companies in last few months and years. So I asked these questions who work in cyber security, like, the real world shifted to the virtual world, the real things that are happening in the society today that are happening in the virtual world. So one of the cyber security engineer who is responsible to reduce the negativity that is happening in social media or internet. Uh, I asked them why these negative people do these things. What is their motivation? Why they do these things? So she said whenever there is positive, there will be a negative. So as a person who saw negative and positive in the society in your 30 years of career, so how you, what advice you give to the online people for watching and listening to this?
Well, that's a loaded question. I would say, with with the world that we're currently in, with such technology, with AI and all these different technologies that are moving forward every day. There's always something new. Um, they're all great, but I preach to my sons that keep a certain amount of time to actually interact with people one on one, because there's people out there that spend so much time in front of the screen. And it's also important to get exercise and to talk to people. And with technology, it's so broad that you can meet people from, like, look at me, I'm talking to a young man now from India. I didn't think waking up this morning I'd be talking to you. So be careful on who you talk to, and learn as much as you can from people from all over the world. And that's what technology is all about. Ultimately, is being able to communicate with people from all over the world without having to go places. So yeah, you have to be very careful, because there's been a lot of crimes committed as a direct result of um, young people being influenced by uh, evil people on the internet. And we have to keep that in mind as well.
So what do you say to the technology experts who are watching and listening to us, who are decision makers, who are creating technology products and services? What advice that you can give to them so that they can do something to the society with the technology services that they're providing?
My advice to those people are keep going, keep engineering, keep creating new ways to communicate, and new ways for our young people to move forward. But put that technology into creating a better life for human beings, not for destroying the minds of young people. Some apps and some areas of technology can consume young people in ways that are not healthy. So my advice is keep going, but be very careful on the new generation of young people, and think think of their viewers as people of their families. Would they like their families? Anything that they do, would they want their little sister or little brother or mother or father to be exposed to that?
Awesome. And at last, what is your observation about my work? You have seen my work, me talking, communicating with different experts from different parts of the world. As a person who is into police department, who has seen a lot of people with your eyes and ears, having that much experience, how this experience, this global community and global connectivity, trying to share a positive thought to the world through my platforms. It can be YouTube channel or podcast or my social media channels. Me trying to put this kind of content and
Well,
showing these experts and telling the word to the world through you people what I'm going to learn and how this is going to helpful for the society.
well, I take my hat off to you. Good for you. That's we need more people just like you, in order to show the world that there are such wonderful people out there creating YouTube videos and videos to share views from people from all walks of life, and that is important. I've I looked on your Twitter site, and it's fascinating. You interview a lot of interesting people, so and obviously they want to be interviewed by you, so you're doing something right, and that's great. Um, Normally I wouldn't talk to people like this, but you know what? You reached out, and I had this sense that you're a good person, and I like to be like I practice what I preach. I tell my sons, be around good people. So I sense that you are a good person, and that's why I'm talking to you today. And I think it's important that people just like you, not too many, or they'll be putting you out of business. Though. But no, I think people just like you are very, very important. And if you're ever in Toronto, in Canada, I'm going to show you the city. I'm going to show you areas of the city you've never seen before. So if you're ever in Canada, in Toronto, you get in touch with me, and I'm going to introduce you to some quite interesting people. And I always say to my sons, and I'm saying to you, if you think you can't do it, trust me, you can do it. So don't ever let anybody say you can't do something, because I keep saying you only have one life to live. Live it the best you can. And you're living your life the best you can because you've got a smile on your face. So that means you're enjoying what you do. And I've got a smile too sometimes. But I tell my boys, laugh and enjoy life, because we're only here for so long, and make a difference in people's lives. And you're making a difference in people's lives. So there's a positive thing that we have to spread this virus of happiness throughout the world. Instead of COVID or anything else, we have to spread a virus of happiness and of hope. That's what's important. And you are doing that, and I'm doing my best to do it too, and I'm telling my boys to do that as well. So we have to just continue to spread the word of hope to the rest of the world. So
It's an
thank you
honor.
for having me.
It's an honor, sir. Thank you very much. Your presence is extremely valuable and your words are extremely precious. Even if few people who watches and listens to you can able to change their life and put their life in a path where they can grow and they can be helpful for the society. You are doing a great contribution, and I'll be the great person to provide this platform and make some positive change in the society. It's extremely valuable. It's an honor for me. I never thought that you will immediately accept my request and immediately be on my show, but this is
Well,
extremely valuable.
normally I wouldn't, but as I said, I'm a very good judge of character, and I can sense that you're a good person, and good people should fulfill their wishes. And you wish to speak to me, and I granted that wish. And here we are today. So I'm speaking to somebody, Sai from India. So when my boys come home, I'm going to tell them that I spoke to you. And they'll be thrilled to know that I spoke to someone else from another part of the world. And if I ever come to India with my boys, I'm going to look you up. And
Definitely.
that's what it's about. You see, it's about gaining connections from all over the world, from all walks of life. And and that's what I've learned. I'm one of the luckiest guys on earth. I can honestly say, if I was, I don't know, killed tomorrow, let's hope not, but if I did, I'd say I had a very good life, and it was because I enjoyed helping people. Because when you enjoy helping people, it should make you feel good, and if it doesn't, well, then I don't know what to say. But one more quick story, one more quick one I want to tell you. You know, I own a home in Toronto, and I do a lot of work myself because I have 2 arms and 2 legs. And people say, "Hey, Blake, why don't you hire somebody to do that? You can, you can hire someone." And I said, my mother once told me, there's a lot of people in wheelchairs today that would love to cut the grass. They would love to get up off that wheelchair and cut the grass. They'd love to get up off that wheelchair and shovel the snow, or they'd love to do a lot of things. So remember, there's a lot of people out in this world with disabilities that don't have the opportunity to do the simplest tasks that able-bodied people can do. So, and I say that to my boys as well. When I say, go make your bed or do something, there's a lot of people in wheelchairs, and there's a lot of people with disabilities that don't have the opportunity to do these things. So be very, very appreciative for what you have in life, and help people that aren't as fortunate as you. And that's what I say. How's
Definitely,
that?
sir.
Okay.
Definitely, it is extremely valuable, like you said. And I have planned to do masters in artificial intelligence in Toronto, maybe in Canada. I'll let you know if I be there.
I'm going to take you out for dinner with my sons and I. We're going to go to a real nice restaurant, and I'm going to take you with us, and we'll talk more.
Retired police officer for the first time on my show. Thank you very much, sir, for your presence. Can I put this video and audio clip on my podcast website, YouTube channel, internet,
Absolutely.
social media, everywhere with your permission?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Yes.
do you want to share your online presence to my audience so that they can learn from you whatever you share?
Sure. I don't know how to do that, but yes.
Your
Sure.
your Twitter account where you can you are sharing your information or whatever. If you have a website or
Well, you know my Twitter account, so you can share it with whoever you want to share it with.
yeah, I'll share because
Okay.
they can follow you and they can see what you're
Well,
saying.
that would be very kind of you to do that. I believe, because you know what, we're working together, and we want to share the word, to get it out to as many people as we can. Help help each other, and let's move forward in the world.
Great line
Okay.
to end. Thank you, sir, again.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Bye
much.
now. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.